Welcome to episode number 50 of People Talk Fanatics. I am here with my co-host, Chris Cohen, and we have a big episode today talking about um, the NBA playoffs and what our brackets look like. And I'm excited to see what you have, Chris.
Definitely. I mean, it's NBA season. It's been a weird last couple of months in the NBA. We just got done with college
Mhm,
basketball, but now NBA playoffs are about to get started, so it's going to be exciting.
mhm. So let's reveal our brackets. I can go first. Want to do like each game back and forth?
Yeah, we're doing playing first.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, works for me.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with um Miami and Atlanta. I'm gonna go with Miami. I think they'll solid than Atlanta.
I agree. I like Miami's always tough in the playoffs.
Hmm.
They've notoriously they made the finals in the bubble, and they've been a tough out every single year they played, and they were going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough game for Atlanta. I'm definitely picking Miami as well.
Hmm.
I just trust Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo more than I trust the Hawks. But I'm interested to see how kind of because the Hawks have a little bit up front. They got the front court athleticism and some size. It'll be interesting to see kind of how these teams match up.
Yeah, that game should be interesting one. So next we have Chicago Bulls and Toronto Raptors. I'm going to pick the Raptors.
I'm gonna go. Oh, sorry, I'll think for a split second. This is a tough one for me to pick. But I'm gonna go with the Raptors.
Hmm.
I trust them more to make like the scheme adjustments. I trust Nick Nurse.
Hmm.
I mean, this season's been kind of up and down. Last year wasn't perfect for them either. They've had some issues, but I trust their core, and I think their athleticism can give the Bulls some fits. I trust the depth of the Raptors a little bit more, even though
Hmm.
neither's great. But I mean, Levine and Rosen are more than capable of dropping 30 points each and winning this game easily. So it's going to be a fun game, and either of these teams definitely could win two games to get into the playoffs.
Hmm. So next, let's go to late tonight. Minnesota travels to Crypto Arena to go up against LeBron and the Lakers, and I'm going to go with the Lakers in this one.
Yeah, I think it has to be the Lakers. They've been playing as good as almost any team in the NBA the last
Hmm.
couple of months since the trade deadline. They've been great. Just the moves, the depth on their team is so much better, and just the turmoil with the Timberwolves. But
Yeah.
because Gobert won't be playing, JD McDaniels broke his hand, and just I still think they can put up a good fight, but I don't. I definitely think the Lakers win this game.
Hmm. And last one is Pelicans, Oklahoma City. I'm going to go with the Pelicans.
I love this OKC team, and I want to pick them, but I definitely have to go with the Pelicans. It'll
Hmm.
be interesting to see how SGA does in kind of a playoff atmosphere and playoff game on the road, basically, and they have to win. And but I think New Orleans, I like Trey Murphy, their guys have started playing pretty well, and I just trust CJ McCollum and
Hmm.
Brandon Ingram late in the close game to make all those big plays. And I do trust Shea Gilgeous as well, but I
Hmm.
think Brandon and CJ can complement each other well enough to win this game.
So next, let's do Phoenix Clippers first round matchup.
Sweet. Oh, do you want to do the second playing
Actually,
games too?
yeah, let's do the playing game. So,
So
um,
we both had Toronto, Miami, and then
yeah,
or no, Toronto, Atlanta. Sorry. would be the game, and then New Orleans, Minnesota. So we have both 8-9s.
Yeah. Um, so I have Denver over uh Phoenix in the second round. So
Denver
I
over
would
Phoenix.
have I mean
Nice.
I mean my bad. Phoenix over Denver in the second round.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so you got
Yeah.
Phoenix over Denver. Okay, so whoever the 8 seed, I'm definitely picking Denver in the first round pretty
Hmm.
easily, and I'll have that same matchup. I think I'll go Phoenix over Denver as well. I'm interested to see. It seems like a long shot, so I think we can count Paul George's out for that
Hmm.
series against the Suns. Unfortunately, if he does come back late in the series, maybe they have a chance. But I think best case scenario that goes 6. Probably.
Hmm.
I don't think the Clippers can really push the Suns without Paul George. But I'm gonna go Phoenix over Denver. I'm gonna say it takes 6 games to do it. I think Denver's a tough team, but I don't trust them quite enough. I don't trust the depth pieces quite enough, and
Hmm.
I think they have some issues defensively, and I don't really think they have quite enough what it takes to get past the Knicks.
Yeah, Jokic has been off and on lately, and that might be a problem in the big picture for the Denver offense. And I'm just not confident in how they match up against Phoenix with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and some others. And I feel like Phoenix is the better team.
I agree. You brought up Denver and Jokic kind of struggled a
Hmm.
little bit. Like that's kind of it was weird to end the season. A lot of teams were resting guys. Like so it's and like Nuggets were playing their guys and they really
Hmm.
struggled. 'Cause I think the Sixers have kind of Maxi's been injured, but they kind of just held him out with precaution
Yeah.
too. And had a few nights off. I think Arnett as well. Not like a ton. I think the Sixers have played more guys in most teams, but like a lot like the Nuggets are a team who they haven't really been locked in since like the All-Star break, it seems like. At least the last months, I feel like they've kind of been getting by. And like I get it,
Hmm.
like in regular season, and you have the 1 seed, so it's like, but it's just hard to pick that right back up. And I think it also showed some of the kind of their flaws and some of the ways Jokic can be exposed on a defensive end. So I
Hmm.
think that's an issue for them going against Phoenix.
Next up, Sacramento. So as you can see, I'm starting out in the West. Um,
Okay.
so Sacramento, Golden State. Um, I'm going to go with Golden State over Sacramento in the first round. I have them winning in 6. Um, I think Sacramento is going to put up a good fight against Golden State, but at the end of the day, I'm going to pick Golden State. Um, and you might not like this one. Um, I have Golden State beating Memphis in the second round.
Okay, that's better than I thought. As long as you don't have the Lakers being the best, that's the war. I mean, I have the Warriors meet against the Grizzlies in the second round
Hmm.
for sure. The Sacramento Warriors series should be interesting because I think the Kings they can do something. They could beat the Warriors pretty not easily, but I think they more than have enough for what it takes. A bonus, I think the big matchup problem. Even though I do trust Looney defensively and Draymond, like they'll make it
Hmm.
work, but. De'Aaron Fox has been so good late in games this season. I feel like every night I've watched him in a close game, he's making plays. But definitely, I'll go Golden State in 6 as well. And then
Hmm.
I would say Memphis over the Lakers and probably 6, maybe 7. That's a tough series, but it's not a great matchup for the Grizzlies because Steven Adams is out for. There's still been nothing official from the team, but Shams reported the season's over. But I think there's a little question with that, but best case scenario, he's still out for a
Hmm.
little while. So won't play in that series. But there's just a lot that kind of holds it back. The brand close out. So I think defending Anthony Davis won't be easy, but I do have the Grizzlies in 6 in that one. And then I am I'm going to pick the Grizzlies to beat Golden State in 7. I think
Hmm.
that's going to be a fantastic series, just as it was last season, last year in the playoffs. That was a fantastic matchup. And the Grizzlies played well in that series. I felt like they definitely got exposed in some ways, but if John Morant doesn't get hurt, I think it's a totally different series. And they lost a couple close games, and I think they'll learn from that this season around. And they're still going against the Warriors, who have won so many championships. So it's a
Hmm.
different type of experience they have. But the second time around, I think the Grizzlies can get them in 7.
Um, so uh, Milwaukee, I have Milwaukee over Miami in the first round.
I do too. That's Milwaukee over to it would be Toronto or Atlanta. I don't know who you
Oh,
pick, but either one's
I
4,
picked
best case 5, probably.
I picked Toronto, Miami over Toronto.
Okay. No, you had Miami will play Boston in that
Yeah,
series.
yeah,
But yeah, Bucks are winning against
yeah.
whoever it is. I think we can say pretty confidently. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't think they'll lose.
Hmm. Uh, Next game, Cleveland and New York. Uh, I have the Knicks in 6.
You got the Knicks. That's I don't know. I have the Cavs in 6.
Yeah.
I trust Jalen Brunson. Um, I think he's been great this season. He's been a little bit better than he was last season,
Hmm.
and I think RJ Barrett's fit in kind of nicely and quickly. Like they have some guys, but I just like the Cavs star. I think the Cavs have the better stars. They have Garland and Mitchell. I think are two better players, and the Garland Brunson matchup's interesting. But the Cavs have the best player on the floor in Donovan Mitchell, and Mobley's been fantastic. Jared Allen. I'm gonna go
Hmm.
Cavs in 6, but that's probably the toughest first round series for me to pick. I think, yeah. Grizzlies Lakers is tough, but as a Grizzlies fan, I have to pick Grizzlies. So Cavs Knicks is definitely the toughest one for me.
In the semifinals, I have the Bucks over the Knicks in 5.
Yeah, I'll say Bucks in 6 over Cavs, but 5 or 6. I don't think either of those teams can get the Bucks. But I mean, we'll see. I just think the Bucks have played great basketball this season. They've been a little bit up and down,
Yeah.
but they've gotten healthy, and they've been fantastic.
Hmm. So next we have my Philadelphia 76ers against Brooklyn, and I have Philadelphia sweeping away Brooklyn.
I think it's a sweep too. I don't
Yeah.
see. I mean, who knows? They have a lot of guys who they have a lot of role players that can shoot the ball. Maybe they get one at home. Like a game 3, they just hit like 15, 23 somehow and
Hmm.
just go crazy. Mikal Bridges he's gonna be a tough matchup for whoever defends him. I don't know how that match will look. I don't remember if you guys have played since like at full strength. I don't think you guys have played him at least since he's been there. And like it's a whole new team.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how those go. But like he's been dropping 40 pretty not consistently, but I feel like looking at the stat sheet, he's been putting up huge numbers in Brooklyn. And he's gonna be a tough matchup for the Sixers. So
Hmm.
and I think he'll cause a lot of havoc on the defensive end. So maybe they get a game, but I don't think you have anything to worry about for the Sixers that round.
I feel like Tyrese Maxey is going to have a field day at the 3-point line.
I bet he'll at least one or two of them in that series.
Yeah.
He's not going to
Yeah.
go cold every night. He'll definitely have some big games. But a lot of the focus has to be on. I don't know. I haven't watched the Nets enough recently. I watched them a
Hmm.
little bit after trade deadline, so I don't know what kind of personnel they'll run out. But their focus defensively has. I mean, it's going to be Embiid, obviously. But then I think on the perimeter, I think a lot of it's going to have to be controlling Harden a little bit. Like if you let him get to his spots, he's going to make shots and just get like 15, 20 assists, and you're not like 15 assists pretty easily. So I think they got to put the focus there. So I'm trying
Hmm.
to think who's just I don't know off the top of my head They run a lot of different rotations, so I don't know who the matchup will be defending Maxi in that starting lineup, but that's going to be a tough task because it's not going to be the primary guy most likely.
Mm-hmm. And we have Boston against the 7 seed matchup, which in my case, it's Miami.
Yeah.
So I have Celtics over Miami in 4 games.
Oh dang! I think it goes 6. I think Miami can push them a little bit, not a lot, but I think Miami can test them a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. I always love Miami in the playoffs. They're
Mm-hmm.
tough out. They battle. They can defend. They're not as great, I don't think, this year, but they still have great defenders on the floor. And they have guys who make winning
Yeah,
plays. So I think they can make this a series, but definitely Celtics are winning. I don't see how Miami actually wins the series.
actually, I'm gonna go Celtics in 5.
But I'll give them a little bit of credit. Okay.
Yeah. And next round, I have the Sixers over Celtics in 7.
I I'll just say we'll discuss in a second, but I will say I agree, and I have the Sixers in 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Will you want to dive into why you're picking the Sixers and why you like their chances?
The reason why I picked this is because, like, if you watched during the regular season, the Celtics Sixers matchup, it's very intriguing to watch the Sixers' defensive effort against the Celtics. And I think they finally got down what they need to do in order to win games. And their effort defensively really helps their winnability. And I think that, especially in the playoffs, and uh, just the way they play, I really like how this Sixers team uh, has uh, it has been, and I just feel like Philadelphia is having the more advantage.
I agree. I think Embiid's going to give them. I like Robert Williams, Horford. I think the Celtics have some guys who
Mm-hmm.
can defend pretty good, but definitely like the way Embiid's been playing. He's just been so good, and I think the Maxi Harden combination they fit. I feel like they fit a lot better kind of towards the end of the season. I mean, they haven't played a
Mm-hmm.
ton of games, but I think they've kind of the offenses. I think has been really been clicking too. So definitely, I did. You mentioned I think Maxi's going to have some big games in the series, and Georges Niang's the guy we talked about, and I think he's been playing as confident as probably ever has. So I think the Sixers get it done.
And Shake Milton has been playing outstanding, and I just think that he's going to have a big role in this series.
He
And
definitely will. He's
yeah,
definitely impressed me down the stretch in the season.
yeah. So it should be interesting to see how it goes.
For
Uh,
sure.
so let's move to the conference finals out in the West. I have Phoenix over Golden State in 6.
Okay, nice. Yeah. And I also have Phoenix, but I have them over the Grizzlies. I'll
Mm-hmm.
have Phoenix over Memphis in 6 as well. I'll call it 6 game.
Mm-hmm.
Just Phoenix is so good. They have such a great roster. They still haven't played a lot of games together, so it's going to be tough for them, I think. But
Mm-hmm.
Grant's been really good. Chris Paul's impressed me a lot with how he's played. I don't want to get into the playoff label for him that he gets, but it is something that's true, and he has struggled in the postseason. But he's playing well, and Devin Booker's still a star. I think Aiden's
Mm-hmm.
fitting well, and I like what I've seen from some of their role players as well. And Okogie's been a guy I think's performed and kind of is ready for the moment. And I just think they're the best team in the West right now.
Mm-hmm. And then I have the Bucks over Sixers in 6.
I agree. I'm going to say 7 games, but I have Bucks over Sixers and 7 in the conference
Mm-hmm.
finals as well. The Bucks have just been so good over the
Mm-hmm.
past few years. They haven't lost a game when healthy in the or series when healthy in the playoffs, and I think they have a chance to really keep it rolling.
Same. And then in the finals, I have Phoenix. 1 second. Oh, I have Milwaukee beating Phoenix in 5.
5 games. Yeah, dang. I have the same finals actually, and I have the same result. I have Bucks over Suns, and I'll say 6 games. But
Mhm.
I did not expect us to have the same finals matchup and the same winner, but here
Yeah.
we go. Yeah, it's just I think this it wouldn't shock me if either of our teams made the finals, Sixers and
Hmm.
Grizzlies, but I just I think both teams are just slightly worse than the Bucks and Suns, who we both picked out of the conferences. It's just they're close, and we'll definitely be pulling for our teams, but I just haven't seen enough yet this season to tell me that either of our teams should be the favorites in their conference. I hope I'm wrong, and at least one of us gets the finals. It'll be fun if we play in the finals, but just we'll see. I mean, it's a long playoffs, like finals in like 2 months, so a lot will
Hmm.
change from here to then. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. Yeah, it all starts tonight with the play-in, and I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see what happens.
100% should be some fun playing matchups, and we'll get the playoffs rolling this weekend.
Yeah.